like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This isn't like a full review, but I watched this show called Black Lightning. I don't know if anybody else watches Black Lightning, but I watch Black Lightning. It is a TV show. It's on the CW. It comes on, of course, on Tuesdays. And it was a really good episode today. And I was like, you know what? Even though I don't review the show, I have to do like a little bit of a recap. Just because if other people do watch it, I just want to hear people's opinion of tonight's episode. So if you don't know what Black Lightning is a superhero-ish TV show that comes on the CW. It is on episode... What episode was this? I don't know what episode this was tonight. But it's been on for a couple of episodes. It's probably like 5 or 6 episodes into this first season. And I like it because the guy who plays Black Lightning is the same guy who played on Living Single. And he played Khadijah's boyfriend, Scooty Pooty, Scooter or whatever. And so I liked it from there. And then also one of the daughters is one of the McAllister sisters? McLean sisters, who was in Tyler Perry's show. The one with Idris Elba with the 3 girls, the 3 daughters. It was whatever. You know what I'm talking about if you don't look it up. And he's a superhero. He's a black superhero. And he can control lightning. And it's such a cool ass TV show. Jill Scott is in it. She's a bad person. She's a bad bitch. Okay, she's a bad bitch. And I really, really like the show. Because he's hiding his superpowers from his children. His ex-wife kind of is a doctor who doesn't want him to be this, but he does it anyway. So sometimes she helps him out a little bit medically. He has like a sidekick guy. What's the sidekick's name? Is it Gamby? Yeah, Gamby. So, like, tonight's episode was cool for me because, he's trying to catch the person who killed his father, who he thought was long gone, but he's back. So, he's on this, like, little vengeance quest to get his ass, and his name is Tobias. And Tobias happens to be an albino. And it's this, oh my God, it's just kind of crazy. And, so he's trying to catch Tobias. His oldest daughter, Nessa, is coming into her powers because they don't know their father is Black Lightning. And so she's coming into her powers, and she's just very powerful where she can, like, stump the ground and, like, it shatters and stuff like that. She's very strong. And so she's like a little mini superhero. And for me, this episode was really cool because this was the first episode that we saw Black Lightning fighting his daughter because neither one of them know the other person has these powers. And I was like, bitch, Black Lightning fighting Nessa, what the fuck is going on? Like, that part to me was shocking. And then we even kind of figure out that Gamby, who is, the Alfred to Batman. Alfred was Batman's. He in the Batcave. He giving them directions. He's saying, oh, yes, the car's on his way, or whatever. So Gamby is like that to Black Lightning. But Gamby ass ain't telling the whole truth because, one, he saw that it was a person with superpowers and it happened to be Black Lightning's daughter, and he didn't tell him. Then he know Tobias is back. Tobias came and seen him, and we see they had some kind of deal where Tobias was supposed to leave and not come back, but his ass had never left. And Gamby ain't telling Black Lightning. So in tonight's episode, Gamby goes to see Lady E, who is Jill Scott's character, and she is, look, the first episode we saw her, she was sitting behind the desk, like, writing some checks or something. And she was like, this issue with Black Lightning is your fault. You supposedly killed him all these years ago. That's the only reason we let you into this corporation of bad people, and so you basically got your rep based on a lie. And she's like, back in the day, when people thought albinos were like magical creatures, so they would like catch them, they would kill them, and they would crush their bones up into powder, and they would sell it as magic dust. They would just sell albino bones as magic dust. Do you want me to sell your bones? And I'm looking like, bitch, what is going on here? Jill, what are you doing? And then another scene, we saw her, she's only been on the show for, I think, 3 episodes. The second episode that she was in, she was talking to Tobias. And as she's talking to Tobias, she was embalming a body. I'm like, okay, she also works at a mortuary. She's a drug dealing, corrupt whoever, but she's also a mortician. And she's, embalming this body as she's talking to him or whatever. And I'm like, she's just having regular conversation as she's embalming this person. And, we see the little cut marks and stuff as they did an autopsy and whatever. But as she's doing that, I'm like, why that foot twitching? But I'm like, maybe because the embalming fluid is going into the person and the body moves. Bitch, she was doing this to a person who was alive. They then show this man's face, and this man is blinking. He's alive. She was embalming an alive person. Bitch, I said, Jill, what happened, girl? It's just a lot. So in this particular episode, Gamby goes and talks to her, to Lady E, and I'm like, Gamby. So Tobias is alive. Tobias is connected to Lady E. So all of this, all of this stuff, and you not sharing it with Black Lightning. And it's just weird because he then says we had an agreement, the Pierce family was off limits. The Pierce is Black Lightning's family, him, whatever. They were off limits. Because at this point we see that Lady E has sent some people to Black Lightning's ex-wife, the mother of his children's job, to try to fuck with her, whatever, but only because she was looking into some drugs that they was doing, and they were just trying to go get her research or whatever. So they were at her name is Jennifer. Not Jennifer, no it's not, it's Lynn. They went to Lynn's place. So he's like, they're supposed to be off limits. I can't believe you, reneged on that. And she's like, well, who was the girl who was there? We didn't know that Lynn would be there. And who was the girl with the superpowers who was there helping her? It was the daughter, Nessa, because she was going to her mama to say, I have to show you something, to show her mama that she has powers, because she was being overwhelmed with her powers. And when she went to go see her mom, it just happened that her mom was being kidnapped, and so she used her powers against the people. But then Black Lightning get there because he was also going to see his ex-wife, and he see her tied up, and he see this superhero person there, and they fighting. I'm looking like, bitch, that's your daughter. So Lady E was like, we didn't know that Black Lightning would be there. We didn't know the girl would be there. Who was the girl? And even though Gamby know the girl is Pierce's daughter, he says, I don't know who she is. We didn't know that either. But, they're supposed to be off limits. She's like, well, you know what? If you, can't, keep your word, then we're going to have to tell everybody, like, the secrets, because if Tobias' secrets comes out, then your secret does too. I'm like, so technically, Gamby's a motherfucking liar? Gamby, we trusted you. We were rooting for you. Okay? You was invited to the goddamn picnics. You was almost on the goddamn black delegation list, and your ass up here lying because Tobias is alive, and he keep trying to talk Black Lightning out of going after Tobias. And then even today he said, why do you keep fighting me on going after him? You were so happy for me to get back in my suit and get back to being Black Lightning, but why you keep making me not want to go after him? And it's because of whatever deal that Gamby, Tobias, Lady E have. The part of the deal was the Pierce family will be off limits, and I'm guessing it's because they don't know that the Pierce family, that Pierce himself, is Black Lightning, and they also don't know that now Black Lightning's daughter is another superhero. So tonight, which is a really, really good episode, seeing, him fight his daughter. They're both using their powers, and then he basically wins the fight. And I'm like, please don't kill her. And the funny part was, Lynn was duct taped on her mouth, so she was just shaking her head no, because she know her ex-husband is Black Lightning. She knew that was her daughter, because when her daughter walked in, she heard her daughter's voice, and she looked like, oh my God, my daughter has powers, oh my God. But her mouth is duct taped, so she can't say to Nessa, don't do that, that's your daddy. And she couldn't say to him, don't do that, that's your daughter. And they just fighting and scrapping and stuff, and she using her powers to be, strong-willed, and if she takes in a breath and she controls her inhale and exhale, she can be bulletproof, she can use her strength and just all kind of stuff. And so she's fighting her daddy, and he's using his electricity control to basically subdue her. But it was scrapping for a little bit of a minute, and he finally like used his lightning to throw her up to the ceiling and knock her down to the ground, and then she was knocked out. And then when he went to roll her over to see who the fuck this person was, fucking with his ex-wife, who he still loves, they are still in love, they just got some things going on, and he hears say, oh, and he hear it's his daughter's voice, and he looks, and he's like, Nessa, oh my god, oh, what's going on? So they like get her back to the house because she can heal. They can heal Egypt because they're basically metahumans. And then when she comes to, she's like, Dad, and she realized her daddy is Black Lightning. And it's just a really, really, really good show, you guys. If you guys have not checked it out, please do. I do not think I'm going to review it every week because I don't know how many people actually watch it. But today, and I did not, like, I've never read the comic books of it. Like, I watch Arrow, I watch The Flash, I watch Supergirl, I watched even DC of Tomorrow. I watch those shows, and I watch Black Lightning. So I love this show. Okay, I really do. Again, if you have not checked it out, it's maybe episode, I don't know what episode it's on. Un momento, por favor. That's Spanish, I don't know. Season 1, episode 6 is what came on today. So it's just season 1. It's already been renewed for season 2. It's a really, really good show. A lot of good actors on it. And then also, you know, the younger daughter's boyfriend who was shot by Tobias. Tobias is corrupting the little boy to be against Black Lightning, then blame Black Lightning for it when he didn't want to shot him. And the kid was like a track star, was going to be, you know, go to college or whatever. And now, I drank too much water. And now he is basically paralyzed from the bullet. And he's so pissed off from being paralyzed. And Tobias has secretly, like, went to go visit him, sending him gifts and stuff to taint his image of Black Lightning. Because he's like, if this young kid go on a little campaign saying, you know, we should all hate Black Lightning, it would help Tobias's case to get rid of Black Lightning. And the little boy, he was in love with the daughter, Jennifer, and they were like gonna be a couple and everything. And now he done got shot. He done lost his goddamn man. He being mean to her, you know, keep calling her Becky like she's a white girl in the black girl body, and being mean and rude because Tobias is in his head and getting them all confused. So I'm looking like, fuck you, Tobias. So, but it's a really, really good show. Honestly, people, it is. So if you have not checked it out, it comes on Tuesdays on the CW. It comes on at 8 o'clock. No, maybe 9. Either 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't know which one it is. You can catch up on all the episodes. You know, it's a really, really good show. If you're a fan of Jill Scott, you will be surprised to see her in this kind of role. So yeah. So that's all I want, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little recap of my exciting moments of Black Lightning. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna do it again unless next week it's just a really good episode. And again, it'll be like a quick recap of the episode. So other than that, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.